Hello everyone and welcome to my Premier League predictions for this season, as tonight is the night the Premier League season kicks off. So, from the bottom to the top, let's begin with my relegation, as you can see, it is the Foxes Leicester City, who probably will get a points deduction, and so yeah. Leicester City, I reckon, is going to struggle this season. But who knows? Leicester City are a good team, always a good team to watch. But I think trouble is brewing behind the scenes at Leicester, meaning that they might struggle. Now, the next team in the relegation is shocking for everyone. Imagine though, just imagine if this actually came true. If Everton, their last season in the current stadium, ends in relegation, and next season the new stadium is built, Everton play against Cardiff, my team of course. It'd be funny. But yeah, obviously not to every Evertonian fan. So yeah, but I'm predicting Everton. Come on, it's got to be 19 for Everton. They've been like that Burnley side, which basically get near relegation, and eventually they did drop. So Everton, I'm sorry to say, but you're going down. Then Ipswich, as sad as this is for me, I really like Ipswich, and yeah, it's going to be tough for Ipswich, but I reckon it's going to be a good season nonetheless for Ipswich. By the way, the points between the relegation, the Ipswich and Forest, is going to be down to 1 point, I reckon. It's going to be so close near the end of the season for all three relegated teams. So yeah, Ipswich Town, they will get a lot of goals, I reckon. They do so much better than the likes of Sheffield United last season. So personally, I'm rooting for Ipswich this season in the Prem. And yeah, so of course, they are the last spot in relegation. Now, close to the last spot, close to relegation, I mean, is Nottingham Forest. Now, Forest is going to be a team in transition. They're going to always be there, but they will not get dragged into the relegation, which is good for them. And hopefully they rebuild towards the seasons coming, because Forest, let's be fair, even though they basically bought every player from every team, they need some more quality players in. Not players basically there to make up the numbers, just players to help them boost the table, go up the table. So yeah, 17 for Forest. Southampton, I reckon, is going to be the better promoted teams in the season. Southampton got all the quality and know-how in the Premier League. Russell Martin, the Southampton manager, formerly known for Swansea City, is doing really well with the team. So hopefully they can break the trend of all three promoted teams going down. Next up, of course, we have got West Ham. The Hammers going to be near the bottom, I'm afraid to say. So yeah, hopefully they don't, but we never know with West Ham. Recently they have been going downwards in the table, so who knows. Next up is Fulham, which is going to be a good team this season. They've got Harry Wilson, of course, a Welshman, obviously. And they got a few others, which is going to be really good for Fulham. They're a bit like Wolves, but a bit like outgoing. They're a bit like boisterous in their play on the field, and it's going to be really interesting to see what Fulham actually do, because it's going to going to be a long season for Fulham, because sometimes they're close to relegation but they escape it, or they punch above their weight up the table. But the next team up from Fulham is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, Wolves, as good as they are really good. 13th I'm predicting, of course, for Wolves, and it's going to be interesting for Wolves to see whether or not they can continue on their good form from last season. So yeah, 13th for Wolves, I reckon. 12th, Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a good team, of course. But yeah, they're a bit like Luton, they are, but a bit more quality in Luton. So yeah, plus they are always a good team to watch on TV, and basically they can upset a giant in the making. So yeah, I'm gonna say 12 for Bournemouth. Brentford, likewise with Bournemouth, they can cause upsets left and right. They can hold their own in the games that they play in, and it's going to be a good season for Brentford, as you can see in the prediction. And yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Next up, we have Palace. They're normally around there at the end of the season, which is going to be interesting, because they have got the best looking kit this season. So yeah, just a little hint there on my kit ranking video. I will be doing one for the Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2. So subscribe for that, coming up soon. And so yeah, Palace going to be doing good. Going to be not doing too bad, not doing too good. So they're going to be in the middle. Next up is Chelsea FC. They are going to have another poor season this season. They will struggle. They got too many players that will get unhappy. I think they got about 8 goalkeepers. I mean, who needs 8 goalkeepers? You probably only need 1 goalkeeper, let alone 2. So Chelsea are going to struggle this season, I reckon. And yeah, 9th place for Chelsea. I have seen a lot of predictions from other people basically predicting them to go lower, so be interesting for everyone to see how Chelsea develop in the season. Next up is Brighton and Hove Albion. Good team, Brighton, good team, good kit, and they have got a strong base in Brighton, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Brighton. Brighton are a good team. They can, like Bournemouth and Brentford and all that, they can cause an upset to a big club. So yeah, hope that Brighton do well. Next up is Aston Villa. Of course, Villa in the Champions League this year could hinder their progress going forwards. I mean, it is going to be fascinating to see what Villa do in the Champions League, because it's going to be interesting for Unai Emery to see what happens at Villa, because they have lost key players, but they did bring key players in, so who knows? Next up is the Red Devils, who played tonight against Fulham, and it's going to be interesting for Man United, because let's be fair, they're a laughing stock, they are, to everyone in the league. They look at Man United, if they lose, they laugh, and the Manchester United fans get angrier, but if they win, then it's like shrugging it off. People shrug it off as a nothing result. Like tonight, if they get beat at home, Man United, by Fulham, then everyone would be talking about how rubbish they are and their season coming up. So I reckon they are going to be there and thereabouts, Man United. Excuse me. But yeah, it's going to be, I mean, Man United could either slip into the Champions League, but I don't think that's the case. Now, in the Europa League, it is Tottenham Hotspur Now, Tottenham Hotspurs, the only team probably who promise a lot but never deliver into a trophy. Now, all the fans at Tottenham will be hoping to get a trophy this season from Kaglu, mate. And yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how Tottenham do, because let's be fair, they're relying a lot on Heung-min Son. So yeah. Next up, we have got the dynamic trio of Newcastle, Liverpool and Arsenal. Now, at the end of it all, I could have done something wild, like put Manchester City at the very bottom in the relegation. Imagine if someone predicted that. But yeah, champion is Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle. So in terms of Newcastle, they're going to bounce back, I reckon. And so will Liverpool, their first season without Jurgen Klopp. So it's going to be a progressional season for Liverpool. Then Arsenal, going to get very, very close to Manchester City. So hopefully it is a close battle at the end. But then there's Manchester City, who by the time they win the league, they might be relegated. So I don't really want to talk much about that because it's all ongoing and all that. So yeah, Manchester City champions for this season, I reckon. So drop down below what you think how the season would go. Who do you support? What type of who's going to get relegated, for example? A lot of people will have Leicester probably relegated and Ipswich. So yeah, let me know who your top 5 is for the champion of the Premier League, Champions League positions, and the Europa League position. And with that, subscribe, like, comment and share, and I will of course be seeing you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.